Hi class, I'm going to walk you through our first assignment, Module 1 Access Lab assignment, and I'm going to take you through creating the first table so you can kind of see how it's done. When you bring up Access, this is our front page. You're going to want to come over here and name your file with your name and the date and all that good stuff, but for now, I'm going to put Quizgala Module 1. And you can save it to where you want to save it on your computer. Comes up, you can put it in My Documents, or if you have a special file folder you made for all your databases, that's where you would want to put them. And then you just click on Create. It defaults to our first table. So the first thing we want to do is we see Table 1. We don't know what's in Table 1. We want to rename it to Customer Information. What I do is I go up here and I click Save, and it brings up the little box to where you can change the name. TBL is what I use to distinguish my tables from my queries, from my forms, and from my reports. So I'm going to put Table, Customer, spell it right, Customer Information. Okay. As you can see, the name changed over here to the right. Now I'm going to input my fields. The first field is our auto text ID, which means for every record it's going to put in a new number. It's going to start with 1, 2, 3, and so on. But we want it renamed to Customer ID. So you're going to right click on it, rename field, Customer ID. Then we're going to go along and create the rest of our fields. Name wants more than one field, so you're going to put your first name. And if you want to just put F name or L name or however you want to name your fields so you and the user know, that is fine. I just use, I put all one word, first name, then I'm going to click, I'm going to add last name. Now our addresses wants more than one field, so I would just keep with the text and put address for the street address, city, you can add state, and then you're going to want zip code. And you would think you would put number, but you don't, because if you are using the last 4 digits of a zip code, you have to add a hyphen in there. Therefore, it's not all numbers, but it's also going to be text. So we're just going to use text as the data type for zip. You can put zip code if you want. Next, we want to add the telephone number. And the same thing with zip. You're going to want text because you're going to have hyphens and dashes in there. And in a minute, I will show you how to format it so the user just has to input the 10 digits. And the hyphens and the parentheses will show up. So you're going to add text, telephone. Finally, our last field we want to add is email. But we want the data type to be a hyperlink. So you're going to come down here, choose hyperlink, and put an email. And I'll add address back there. And I'm going to go save. Now, to get a better look at all our fields and the data type, you're going to go into Design View, and it's going to list all the fields that you just added and their data type. And you can see over here with the little key that Customer ID defaulted to our primary key in this table. So what I do is I'm just going to put primary key in the description field. That way I distinguish it from all the other fields here, because Customer ID in this table is the primary key, but in your other table, which is going to be order information, it's going to be a foreign key, and that's how you're going to link the two tables is with your Customer ID field here. So I'm going to go click Save again. I always save just to make sure, and I'm going to show you now how to format your telephone field. You're going to come down to the Input Mask field in the bottom here, and click on the little button to the right, and phone number is the first one that pops up, so you really don't have to do anything but click Finish. And now you can see that it's going to be formatted for the user to input 10 digits, and the parentheses and hyphen will automatically show up. So I'm just going to click Save again. Now I'm going to go back into the datasheet view, and I'll add a first record, even though you're going to want at least 10 records in here. And you can use any names you want, any addresses you want. They can be as fictitious or as real as you want them to be. So I'm just going to use me. Florida City, Michigan, 48708. And now my telephone number. Okay. And you can see that it added the parentheses and the dash, the hyphen, without me doing anything, just typing in the 10 digits. Now I'm going to add my email address. And I'm done. The one record. I tabbed over and it brings me down to create my second record. So when I start doing it again, you'll see the number 2 fills in right here. You can just press save. So after you get your 10 records filled in, you're going to want to also resize the fields so that data properly fits within them. I'm going to show you. We want the little address to be a little bit bigger. Oops. Maybe a little bit bigger here. Just so nothing gets cut off. There. And now I'm going to show you how to get to your next table. You're going to want to go to Create Table. And it brings you up to the brand new page with a new table. And you're going to want to rename this one. Right click. Rename. Whoops. So you're going to get a lot of these errors, and sometimes you're just going to want to close it. But and then you would be able to save it and rename it, but not while it's open. So that's why I always go up here. And it lets you save as. So table, and this would be order information. And you're going to add the fields to this one. And then in this particular table, your primary key in the order information table is going to be your order ID. And then when you go down to the car information table, your primary key is going to be your ID. So then it gets confusing, but if you think it out, you want all 3 tables to be connected. In your order information table, you're going to have your customer ID and a car ID. So that means in the order information table, you will have your primary key as your order number, but you're also going to have 2 foreign keys, which is going to be your customer ID and then your car ID. So then when you go down to your car information table, you're going to have your only a primary key, which is your ID number, but it's going to correlate to the order information or the customer order in your order information table. So you just want your order information table is it's connecting all 3 of them. It's in the middle, and you have a branch going out to your customer information table and a branch going out to your car information table. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to send me an email. Attach the database you're working on with the question you have and where you got stuck, and I have no problem getting back and letting you know where you might want to stray, and I'll help you. But go ahead and get a hold of me. I hope this helps you guys out, and I will see you in the discussion. Thanks.